Anyone can have a good idea, but the difference between those who have an idea and those who have a successful company is in the execution. These women figured out how they could transform a concept into a thriving company in New York City. And it all started with her big idea.
Reese Scott spent the first 20 years of her career working in the publishing business, where she wasn't happy with her job or her personal appearance. Reese quit her job and opened up Women's World of Boxing, a safe haven boxing gym for women located in East Harlem.
Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it! I'm Reese Scott. I'm the founder of Women's World of Boxing. Women's World of Boxing, it is a place where women can walk through the doors and immediately feel like the place belongs to them. Being in a gym full of guys, being like pretty much the only woman, and hearing day in and day out, this is a man's world, you don't belong. I said, okay, all right, fine. I said, I'm gonna open a women's boxing gym in New York City. And I'm gonna call it Women's World of Boxing. I'm gonna create my own world. Cross, 1, 2, okay? Step, pivot in, double jab, bop, bop. Got it? Again, 1, 2, 1, 2. Ish, 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 ish. Ish, ish, ish. I started boxing 14 years ago. I worked in publishing for 19 years. 19 long years. What I thought, what I wanted, what I didn't was so different. Just having a corporate job and just going into the office like day in and day out and doing a thing that I once loved, but realizing that I was no longer passionate about it, but still continuing to do it because I felt like, oh, this is the thing I'm supposed to do because this is the thing that pays the bills and this is the thing that looks like I have it together, but I'm completely numb. I told my parents, I'm like, see, the one thing you forgot to tell me was to be happy. Good, good. I just knew it was time to go. It was a calming, excited feeling of moving on to the next chapter. So that was me like 14 years ago at 220 pounds before I started boxing. It was really, really hard for me coming into the sport as a woman. There weren't too many women in boxing. And there weren't any gyms really that made me or other women feel comfortable or even stay. There we go, just like that. Very good, mix it up. Don't keep circling to your left. You need to know where the opening lies. Let's work, let's work, let's work. On your toes, on your toes. And I got the idea to open Women's World of Boxing 3 years into my training. I didn't know the culture, I didn't know the age limits, I didn't know anything. All I knew was this sport was the one thing that helped me focus on my inside and not be so obsessed with my outside. That's when I found myself. That's when I found my strength. That's when I redefined myself. And I didn't even realize I had shed all the weight. Good job, good job, good job. I started my boxing club and I started training with just 2 women. I trained them for free one Saturday morning. And it just grew and grew and grew and grew. And it took a year to build this place. In this place, it looked like a basement. There was no plumbing, there was no electrical, there was no nothing. Building this gym was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I was the project manager, I was the interior designer, I hung my own heavy bags. Like, just know that when you come into this space, my blood, sweat, and tears is in everything. Everything is carefully designed by yours truly. Be aware of the space. Be aware of your surroundings. If you need room, look for that room while you're still defending yourself. Keep your hands up. Ish, 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 ish. This is Spanish Harlem, El Barrio. Boxing is like, it lives here. When I first opened the doors, it was surreal. It was an amazing feeling being in this community and having people come in, and they've been so supportive. I thank you guys for receiving us and understanding why we're here. That has been amazing. Nice. Like New York York is just full of like life, you know? All walks of it. I love it. The people are so rich and real and raw. Everyone is so colorful and just themselves, you know, and so different. The message that I have to women out there is embrace your strong. Don't apologize for it and be comfortable in it. Wear it. Your confidence. Wear it, let that shine. Don't be afraid to hit hard. You're still a lady. I'm still a lady. You know what I mean? It's like, don't be afraid to show people that you're strong. Good. Good. The best piece of advice I've ever been given was from my grandfather. And I think I was maybe 8 years old. He looked at me and he said, never talk about how great you are. Never boast, never be proud. It was do great work. Do great work that you can be proud of, and people will talk for you. I believe that as long as you try, you can't fail. And I've tried and tried and tried and tried, and I'm gonna keep trying.